Apple Computer, $400 call, weekly expiration, happy Thanksgiving, expiration date 11/25. Apple Computer closes at 374.94, 219 intraday lows on the 18th, which was Friday. We can see that 13.2 million, 2.288.395 to be exact, with a high of 379 and a low right there, and the last print is close to that low. The call and put strategy for weeklies. Weekly is a new strategy that we have. It's a different options trading environment. Nonetheless, what this is for the MMTs is I'm deflated down here. You can clearly see that that call was at one point at a very good price. The high, $1.03. The low, 17 cents. This $400 deep in the put, well, the low was 18.20 and the high, which was this last week, was $25 on the high. It's inflated. We're going to be doing various different call and put strategies. We have them all lined here for 12.17, 11.25, different strike prices that are in here. So I'm not going to go through a lot of it, but what I am going to say that 370 call on a weekly level had a high of $16, and we just hit that low on 11.18 at 8.85. But on this call side, put side is up here, call, and here's the put side, is that put, wow, it did have a high up here, okay, of 535. But look at the low. The low was 213. The low this last week, during the calendar week ending 11/18 of 2011, that low was 250. So basically, it's very, you need to know that 410 was the high of that move. So you went from 250 up here. Yes, there is a trade, but you have to be getting the entry down in here and selling on the high. You'd have to have a lot of high volume to take that spread. So if you're in at 280 even and you're out at 380 in that weekly wick, you could make $1. I just want to point it out. That's what the put side did. The call side, on the other hand, is getting cheap. But weekly contracts are very manipulative. We are currently highlighting the 385 call on the weekly November 25th expiration. Weekly is a new service that you can get with SMF. Weekly options expiration does not trade like the calendar monthly one. There are two separate services and two different ways of doing business. Let's take a look. The low. Look at the low. Was set here this last Friday at $1.63. That's that 385 call. Let us not forget that this is $10 out of the money. 374.94 was the close. Let us not forget that they marked it down to $1.63. When Google, just like Google, Apple has to be ready to move like Google did a couple weeks ago off of the bottoms. They got to go up higher now. Now, let's take a look at the inflated value. This is on a weekly level. Look at here. This weekly low was 655. And the weekly high right there was 1230. And the weekly low, though, last week, you can see that wick, that weekly wick in the option here. You were 825 off of this bottom, and the put side went to the high of 1190. This is where the market was printing. Why? Because the equity was breaking down. We're only highlighting a few of the Thanksgiving week that starts in the morning. Today's date, 11/20/2011. However, we will cover some more, and what we'll do is take a look at where they put this 380 put that I will be showing in the December segment. And you can see that over here on a daily level that this put on Apple back on 11/8 of 2011 had a low of 535. That was deflated in value. Doesn't matter. And the put was inflated over here, and it came down. And when Apple was breaking out, the puts lost all their value at one time, but now they've rallied up off of this low of 535 to the highs on 11/17 of 1724. They've had about a $12 yield off of the bottom to the put side. Put side can still go higher. They were way up here, but Apple Computer would have to really get slammed. Now, I'm going to show the December contracts in the next video. We'll be showing lots of various different segments of the put options. Like here's a 385 put that we already showed against a 385 call. Remember, weekly expiration is not the same as a monthly, sorry. And that the pricing premiums change rapidly and you need to learn to be trained.